the Auction Flex video tutorials. Welcome to the Auction Flex multi-parcel tutorial. In this video, we will show you how to set up the auction, enter bids, and display real-time auction information to your bidders via grid and map leaderboards. A multi-parcel auction starts like any other, by first creating a new auction, then entering the landowner's information into the customer center. The difference comes when adding the parcels into your auction lots and preview. The quantity will need to reflect the acreage for each piece of land. This is how the multi-parcel system will properly calculate bidding and bid increments. Quantity typically represents acres, but it can be square feet, square miles, or any other unit of land measurement. From the auction drop-down menu, select Multi-Parcel, and then double-click on the auction to bring up the initial setup screen. This brings up the multi-parcel maintenance page. We will need to make a few changes to bid increments and settings before we can begin. The bid increments for multi-parcel auctions can work in three ways. First, by total bid amount, which will raise the bidding by one increment on the bid total. The next is bid amount per quantity, which will raise the increments based on the number of acres in this land auction. And finally, by number of parcels or lots, which are grouped together. For our tutorial, we will use a flat rate of $1,000 for a total bid amount during bidding. The bid increments may be adjusted as needed. The increment will then change based on bid amount. The auto print settings offers reports to print automatically during the auction. Which report and how often are up to you, along with the specific printer used. Multi-parcel auction reports can also be printed from the screen. The last step for setting up our auction is to make any needed adjustments to the Settings tab. This will deal with what is displayed both on screen to your auctioneer, as well as what your buyers see, to include the map and grid presenter. Font name, size, and captions can all be changed. We can clerk by lot or by typing in the lead, adjust how lots are displayed, show the explanation of the bid, and dictate in which way the bids will be entered. In our case, we will be entering in bids by their total amount and not by each acre. We also have the option to show quantity and change the caption for the parcels. Typically, acres is used. Entered bids can also be removed from the screen using the button at the top right. Now it's time to set up the map presenter. Click Select Image Map to choose the image that will be used for the map. Our colors can be customized as needed, and now we can set up the parcel outlines from the Setup tab. We will need to click Start to assign the layout for lot or parcel number 1. Simply click the mouse along the edges for this first parcel, and when you are finished, click Done. We continue this process for the remaining parcels in the auction. Remember, when using the map and grid presenters, we can take advantage of multiple projectors or TVs to ensure that the bidders get as much information as needed. Remember, your audience will only see the map presenter and grid presenter. Only your staff will have access to the data entry screen. Afterwards, drag the lot labels from the upper left side onto their respective sections of the map as shown. We are now ready to click Start Map Presenter and drag the map to its location for the auction. The last step before officially starting the auction is to set up the grid presenter. We can adjust the number of columns to display along with the number of rows per column. We can also choose what we want the bidders to see on screen. In our case, the high combos board with the back-end amount visible. The remaining settings are for choosing grid colors, fonts, and sizes. Finally, we can take the grid presenter window and move it to its projector screen or TV. Click Start to see the full display. Time to begin our multi-parcel auction. The first round of bidding is just like a regular auction, with single lots going to the high bidder. First the lot number, then the amount, and finally the bid card number. This continues for the entire first round. Now we can let the bidders determine which combos to query the system for to gain a check mark for the leaderboard. We can use commas, dashes, and even a little bit of both in order to customize exactly which lots or parcels the bidder is looking to purchase. To determine the price needed to take the leaderboard, we can click the question mark or push the question mark on our keyboard. As you can see while we're entering data in from our bidders, the map presenter and grid presenter are both changing to match. The auction is usually over when the bidders run out of money and/or bidding partners. Print your reports from the Settings tab and call it a day. Thank you for watching our multi-parcel tutorial. Should you have any further questions, please contact our support staff and we'll be happy to walk you through a sample auction. See you next time.